So with today, we're going to go through the 12 days of Christmas that PageProof releases every single year. We release 12 features in 12 days. So let's get started straight into feature number 1, and that is to do with WAV files. So WAV file support is there for people who are doing any high-res audio, podcasts. You can upload a WAV file along with MP3s. So MP3 support and now WAV file support for your audio proofs in PageProof. Feature number 2, which is day number 2. This is inside of collections, and we've added with one click, you can download the contents of your collection, getting all the original files downloaded at once. So you'll see a collection here. I've got 2 proofs in mine. You may have multiple. You can click once down the bottom left-hand corner to get all of the original files with one click. So that was feature for day number 2. Day number 3, this was the Adobe extension. So inside of your Adobe Creative Cloud applications, you have the PageProof extension. We support InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, After Effects, and InCopy for managing your proofs inside of your Adobe applications. Now, when you click to upload from inside of your Adobe applications, you will now be taken to the PageProof proof setup screen, so you have access to the full features of PageProof from your Adobe applications. So you've got collections, you've got checklists, you've got everything directly from your Adobe application. So this is a great new addition for those using the Adobe Creative Cloud application. Number 4, day number 4, inside of your team, this is for the team administrators. When you go to team members, there is the option here to download the users. Okay, so you're able to go in and download a list. It'll give you a file of all of the users that are inside of your team. Next one, this is the audit. So for the enterprise customers, we have made the audit have some extra options inside of it. So this is the summary view that PageProof for Teams and PageProof for Teams Plus will see, but PageProof Enterprise, you will be able to see the full audit view, which gives you a lot more detail. And it also shows you when steps were reached. So the great thing with this is that you can see the date and time that the step was released and was reached, and then you're able to then work out the duration between each stage using this audit. So that is audit feature, and that is part of day number 4. Day number 5 was all about attaching files. So when you are inside of the proofing screen and you place a comment, what happens here is that we write our comment, and then we can attach a file into that comment. Now, file attachments are now any sort of file. So you're able to grab a zip file. You can put into there a movie. You can put even an email in there if you want to. But if you want to put HTML content in there or any other file type, just zip it up, and then you can attach that file as a zip file to your comments. So we've got a whole lot of additional file types for comment attachments, and that was day number 5. Day number 6. Now, if you've got multiple PageProof accounts for whatever reason, and you want to switch quickly between those accounts, you can now do that from your menu at the top of the screen. You can come in to switch accounts, and that will take you to where you're able to switch quickly to another account. There's also a keyboard shortcut. So it's Alt Escape or Command Escape on the Mac, and that will take you to the account switcher, and then you just click onto the other account and you're automatically switched over to that account inside of PageProof. So switching accounts, that was part of day 6. Day 7, this one's been asked for quite a bit, which is, hey, I want to know which workflow templates this person is in. So now at the top of the screen, you'll see that you can search workflow templates by email address, and it will then shorten the list down to just the templates that contain that person, and you can go through and do what you need to do with that. You also have another workflow feature for day 7, which was if you're looking at any sort of proof, so you go into the proof info and you think, you know what, I'd love to keep that workflow that's there on this proof, and the proof is already in action. You click on the 3 dots here and you can say save as new workflow template. So that means that you can now take that workflow template from a proof that's in action, save it into your workflow template. So it's a great feature, again, as part of day 7. Now, day 8 and 9 are combined together under this one new magnificent feature, which is called the PageProof X-Tools. So PageProof X-Tools are a way of extending your proofing experience for your reviewers. So if we look at a proof, we have a set of tools on the left-hand side here, and we'd like to extend those. So when you're sending out a proof, you can go into your tags, or at least when you're setting up your proof, and add in the X-Tools. So you just type in X calculator if you would like to add a calculator to your proofing tools. If you'd like to add a calendar, just type in X calendar. And what we will do is we will add those X-Tools to your proofs. So those are 3 X-Tools that I have added to this particular proof. When your reviewers go into that proof, they will see now down the bottom on the left-hand side, we've got 3 additional tools now available to them. So if I click onto the unit converter, they're able to go through and switch between different lengths. We've got lots of other options in here for the unit converter. I won't go into each one of these, but fair to say you've got things like calendar here for any type of social media campaign, so they can check dates on those. And of course, a calculator, so you can just do those quick calculations as part of X-Tools. Now, the next day of the PageProof 12 Days of Christmas was day 9, and day 9 was introducing X-Tools for Enterprise, where any organization who has a custom X-Tool that they would like to add to their proofs, then you can talk to your enterprise account manager at PageProof, and we can add custom X-Tools which are relevant to your team. So for example, if you've got a digital asset management system or a special internal tool that you would like to have show up as an X-Tool inside your proofs, talk to us and we can add that. So it's extending your proof experience using X-Tools. Okay, moving on now to day number 10, and this is looking at monday.com. So we've added a new recipe to the recipe cards inside of Monday for your automations, and this recipe is down the bottom here. This lets you copy back from an approved proof the file that was approved back into a column inside of Monday. You can do that at item view, but as of day 10, you are able to add it to sub items inside of Monday as well. So a nice enhancement to your Monday boards using this new recipe to copy back approved files to your items in Monday. This is day 11. Going into compare mode, we have Smart Compare in PageProof, which overlays the 2 versions and shows you where the differences are. Now, previously, you had to go out of compare mode to switch pages and then go back into compare mode again. Well, we have now added a page navigation in compare mode, so you can switch between pages while you're in Smart Compare mode. If you want to get out of any of these screens, we've added the little exit over in the bottom left. Whenever you see that, just hit the escape key on your keyboard, and that will take you out of that mode and back into the proof. In addition, we've also added an extension to your Asana. So if you're using Asana, we have added an additional option under your integrations here, which is including the archive proofs from PageProof in the proof count inside the card inside of Asana for PageProof. So if you want to exclude the archive proofs from your proof count inside of Asana, you can switch that on and off inside of your integration in PageProof. So that was something else for day 11 as well. Now, day 12, the last day of the 12 days of Christmas from PageProof, we added for PageProof Enterprise customers private comments. So now when you place a comment and you have private comments turned on as a PageProof Enterprise customer, and you write in your comment, you'll see up the top there is an icon here to make it visible or make it private to users in your team. And when you add that comment in, you'll see it has a visual representation telling you that this is a private comment. This comment is now only visible to members of your team. So do check who's in your team and who isn't, because anyone inside your team will be able to see this comment. Private comments also work on replies as well. So you can mark replies as private as well. So for those internal conversations, there we have private comments or PageProof. So those are the 12 days of Christmas and the 12 features of PageProof. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great break over this festive season.